Well, you don't need this next feature in Photoshop for this particular project. Now is a good time to show it to you because you will need it in the future, and you could possibly make use of it here too if you wanted to do some special alignment things. If you go to, first of all, go to Edit, Preferences, and then go over to Guides and Grid Lines, you can see there's something here called Grid, and you can give it, hit this one, it's set right now, default grid line every 1 inch, and subdivisions 4. That means every 1/4 inch is going to be a subdivision. I'm going to let it at this default right now. You can change, if you ever need to change it, you can change it here by going to Edit Preferences and doing that. I'll cancel out of this, but what I will do is I go up to View and go to Grid. Okay, suddenly you now have a grid overlay here, which is simply a transparent overlay, but it allows you to position things and or size things very carefully once in a while. Let's go to the umbrella layer here, take your move tool, and now you're able to move it around and get things lined up exactly where you might want it in relationship to the outside edge or maybe interior margins or something like this, depending what the project is asking for. So the grid lines come in extremely handy for lining things up. You can zoom in a little more if you need a little more accuracy. And now I can move it this way. And while we're doing this also is a good time to point out for you too, and that is if you've got your move tool active, using the arrow keys on your keyboard makes for very accurate positioning, much more accurate positioning than using the mouse. Now I can move it pixel by pixel, where if I hold the key down, it'll just move slowly by itself to where I want it. I can line it up right on this line right here. I can get it superimposed right on top of that, so it just gives you much finer control of your mouse. So those are the things you want to keep in mind: the grid lines, and then using your arrow keys to move things around gives you the ability to line things up very accurately, very carefully, and very precisely.